motorcycle, my 2020 Harley Davidson Road Glide is, I got the pipes put on. I'll put a picture of the pipes, the slip-ons I got from the dealer. As I said in the other video, I wasn't rolling up out of there unless I got some slip-ons put on there. I'm new to the Harley world, so as far as parts go, I didn't know what were good slip-ons, what bad slip-ons are. I'm just going by sound and what I like to hear. They only had 3 different ones in stock, and only 2 of them were on other bikes where I could hear it. The ones I picked out, I like the sound of it. The other ones I could have choose from are some ones called Neighbor Haters, which is kind of a cool name, but when I listened to them on the bike, it wasn't as deep as the ones I got. It was louder, but it was like almost like a little bit higher pitch, louder. But this one sounded a little bit deeper rumble. So that's why I went with these. I'm at the dealer. I got the pipes. My experience buying the bike was cool. Once I got the pipes put on, they brought it back to the back, and I was pretty much ready to go. And then the kid was trying to basically they have to go over everything with you. Well, when he noticed the throttle, he said to him felt funny, which I thought was cool because I wouldn't have known the difference. He said it felt a little like the throttle was sticking, so he pulled it in the back. He said, "They're gonna take care of that for me." And when they go start it, they were just clicking. So they did that. They fixed the throttle real quick, or the handle. I don't know what was wrong with it, but they got that going. Now it's cool. And then they put a brand new battery in it because I guess they've been sitting on the lot on the showroom for a while. So he goes over everything with me, and off I go. Well, not quite. The dealership I was at was Buddy Stubbs, Harley Davidson. And if you're familiar with that in Arizona, you know they got like a little road course where they do motorcycle training stuff. Luckily they had that there because once I got on the bike, prior to this, right, I'd already bought the bike, never even sat on it, I just knew that's the bike I wanted. So this is my first time ever in life riding a cruiser. So this was an interesting thing. I sat on it, the first thing I noticed was the weight. I was like, oh man, this bike is pretty damn heavy. So then it took me a while to find neutral. Neutral on this is weird. It ain't nothing like any Japanese bikes. I mean, the concept is pretty much the same, but it took me a while to find neutral. Once I got it in neutral, I took it out, I got off of it and walked around it and everything. Leaving service, and right when you leave service, you can either turn out into the street or you can go, there's just like this little course where they do the training. So I did a few laps on the course going around the circle, just trying to get used to the weight of the bike. And I was just like, oh man. Well, it was time for me to leave. I had to be at work at 7. And now it's like 5:30. So I got to hurry up and get home and just get this mug home. This is my first time ever riding. I'm basically riding in the heart of 5 o'clock traffic in the major city. This is Phoenix, Arizona, people. So I'm like, oh man, I don't think this is going to be a good idea. This ain't going to be a good experience, but I'm going to ride. I'm going to do what I got to do. So I said, I do a few laps in the little thing, the weight's like, that's the first thing I noticed is the weight. I'm like, oh man, this crap is crazy. So then I was like, all right, ain't nothing to it but to do it. I get out in the street and I take off, away I go. So I'm going and I'm riding, and it's just like, man, it's totally different. It's just so foreign to me. Having my riding position, having my feet forward instead of like on the side or behind me like a sport bike. So the riding position is totally different. That's what's tripping me out. So the two major things that I was real nervous about was the weight and then the riding position. And then to top it off, on a Harley, your turn signal, on the Japanese bike, your turn signal's on the left hand. You can go, you just hit it like this for left and flip it like that for right. But on the Harley, if you want to go right, it's on the right, it's on your right hand, your throttle hand. So that was weird, trying to hold the throttle and then get my thumb over there to hit that button. That felt totally weird to me too. I didn't get too crazy on the way home, and the traffic was crazy, but even though the traffic was crazy, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous as hell. Because I was like, I don't want to be that guy, buy a brand new bike, and then dump it before it even makes it home. I got it there, it was safe, I made it home. That first initial ride, man, the main things I noticed, man, was that weight. That weight is something different. One thing I got to speak on is, I see a lot of different YouTube videos and a lot of different social media posts where sport bike guys get on Harleys for the first time and they talk about how slow they are. Oh, it's so slow. Oh, it's so slow, this and that. To me, in my mind, that's what I thought. I was expecting it to be slow. Which, granted, it's not supposed to be as fast as a sport bike. power to weight ratio, it just can't, it's not, just two different things, you know? It's like trying to race a damn Corvette against a school bus. It's just, it's not that extreme, but you know, you get the idea. It was fast for me, and I'm coming off the Z1000, which Z1000 is stupid fast, but the Z1000 is stupid light. Between the weight of this bike and the fact that the riding position is so foreign to me, I felt it was fast enough. I mean, I got up there. Put it this way, I've never made the 6th gear on this. Like I said, I made it home. The next day, I took it out. I got on the freeway for a little while. I got there in speed, but not crazy speed, you know. But that first initial ride, man, was pretty scary. But I'm slowly getting used to it. Right now, at this point, I got like 100 miles on it. I need 500 miles to break in. Hopefully, I can get some riding in this weekend. That's just my initial thoughts on it, man. So far, I'm in love with the bike. The bike is good and all that. Oh, it's too slow type of stuff. Hey, man, when you got a bike this heavy, and you got 15 years of aggressive sport bike riding position, and then you just automatically switch to a whole different position with a bike 3 times the weight of your normal bike. I know the slip-ons don't really add too much power. It's just for, just for sound. Hey, man. Until I get used to it, maybe in the future I'll feel differently. But, you know, as of now, that mug is fast enough for me. Putting parts on this bike to make it go faster, I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. Another reason why riding this home was so sketchy for me, and had me so nervous, when I went to this dealership, I really wasn't prepared that day to even buy anything. The fact I went back home and I did get my helmet, my gloves, and my jacket, at this time, I didn't have any boots. For some reason, I didn't have any like work boots, anything with steel toe or nothing like that. So when I showed up to get this thing, what I had on my feet were these. This is what I had on my feet. Some low top Chuck Taylors. And let me tell you, that's the one thing Z1000, no problem. Low top Chuck Taylors. This right here, I'm sure I see people ride with Chucks all the time, but I don't know how they do it because that's another thing that was so weird to me. I'm in a whole different riding position with a heavy bike, and I'm trying to kick the gears up with these Chucks on. The lever is so far from my toe, it's crazy. So I'm damn near Chuck Norris kicking this gear, each gear just to get it in the gear, you know, just to get it up. So that's why riding home was so kind of a little bit sketchy. My next video is going to be about boots because once I got this home, I bought this on a Friday. The next day, and I knew I need to go buy some boots ASAP. And I wanted to buy some steel-toe boots. That was a whole other fiasco and a whole other story, but I'll get into the steel-toe boot thing on my next video. So be on the lookout. But so far, so good. 2020 Road Glide, got 100 miles on it, and many more to come. I just wanted to share that little quick story with you guys about my first time riding this experience. So, and then tell you about the pipes. All right, people. 100 Spoke Riders, signing out.